Hi, Juanita. Thank you so much for joining the channel. I'm really looking forward to this interview. Do you want to start by introducing yourself?
Yes, well, thank you so much, Rebecca, for having me. I'm excited to be here. So my name is Juanita. I'm a registered dietitian. I recently graduated with my master's degree in nutrition in 2021 from the University of Alabama at Birmingham. And then before that, I got my bachelor's of science from Georgia State in 2018. And then in 2016, before that, going backwards a bit, I received my associates in kinesiology and health. I actually got that degree because my plan was to be a fitness trainer. So, what does a dietitian do? So, I split the word up into diet and dietitian just to show you guys that a dietitian actually focuses on diet. So, when you think of diet, you can think of the things that we eat every day. What are some of your favorite foods, Rebecca?
I love all fruits and vegetables. I
Mhm.
love mangoes, kiwi, strawberries, of course, all that.
Yeah, look, I love mango too, especially when it's summertime. So when you think about the things that Rebecca said, those foods are actually great for you. They're great because they're high in antioxidants that reduce the chances of getting certain cancers. Now, some other foods, such as, let's say, Takis, those spicy chips, or getting that big bowl of Jerry's ice cream after a test. If you eat those every day, then that can negatively affect your health. And that's where a
Mhm.
dietitian comes into play, where I would educate you about, the foods to eat, not to eat, foods that you would need to eat in moderation to manage your disease or disease prevention. So that would mean, if you have diabetes, let's say type 2 diabetes, we will look at some carb counting just to manage the carbs that you're eating in your diet. What is
Mhm.
what do you think is one of the top three leading causes of death in America? So heart disease is number one, followed by cancer and unintentional injuries. So heart disease is just so common when you think about the stress in today's society. That can, increase high blood pressure. Fast foods, like so convenient. You just don't have time to cook at home like we used to. So, things like that could be really high in saturated fat and all those things that could really just, cause heart disease and lead to that.
Yeah, I heard some things saying that, like, meat and animal products can cause heart disease. Like, I don't know if you like deal with that.
Mhm. So going into that, um, when I think of meat, when I think of protein like chicken, I would say with this, it's not a you take one thing out and then it fixes everything. It is coming back to moderation and what kind of meat to get. So, for example, if you're going to celebrate the 4th of July with your family, it would be best to get, let's say, lean ground beef. So, lean ground beef would say something like 85/20. What 85/20 means on that package is that it's about 85% lean, 20% fat. I
Mhm.
would say to go even higher as 95% lean. So
Wow.
when you cook it, you'll obviously see that it won't be that much grease coming off of it, compared
Mhm.
to ground beef that's not as lean. So you can eat something like that. I would say if you're going to eat red meat, so red meat would be something like pork, so bacon, lamb. I would say limit that to once to twice a month, just for heart disease prevention. Another thing is even when it comes to other proteins like chicken, fish, let's say you have chicken 4 times a week, and then you have fish maybe 2 times a week. So it's really about just picking out proteins, picking out meat that is just leaner. That's why some people say it's healthier to eat chicken breast than the chicken thigh, because the chicken breast has less fat than chicken thigh. And if you're going to eat, let's say, fried chicken, I would say
Mhm.
just take off the skin off the chicken, the fried chicken, because a lot of
Yeah.
that fat's going to be in the skin.
And what about dairy and like cheese, especially because that has a lot of cholesterol in it?
Yeah, so when it comes to dairy and cheese, there's two different ways you can go about it. So I would say this, if you're trying to bulk up and you're in a fitness, I would say getting stuff that is like made out of whey versus just drinking whole milk is an option if
Yeah.
you're trying to watch your cholesterol because you're still getting those proteins without getting all of that fat in there. It's not to say that fat is bad, but it's just I think some people they look at milk as like, oh, milk is really good for your bones. Let me just drink like 4 cups. Well, 4 cups is also high in saturated fat, even though it does have some good benefits like protein in it. Um, so and vitamin D and calcium, of course. Um, so I would say if you're going to have dairy, go for low-fat dairy products, like 2% milk, non-fat milk, low-fat cheese. I would even say this, when it comes like I'm not a vegan, but I do choose vegan dairy products just because of this lactose intolerance and also it's lower in saturated fat. So, for example, there is a dairy product out there that has I can't recall the name at this moment, but if you type in olive oil dairy-free cheese, it'll come up. And really, it's just vegan cheese that is made with olive oil. So it tastes like
Wow.
cheese. It's pretty amazing what they've done. Definitely.
There's like all this new science and they're coming out with all these
Uh-huh.
new products. It's
Exactly.
crazy.
So many new products are coming out with that they didn't have years ago. So you can get the taste of the cheese flavor, and it melts just like cheese. But it's
Wow.
also a health benefit because it's high in omega-3s that reduces inflammation, also can help reduce the chances of getting heart disease. Even when I think of plant-based milks, I mean, if you look at plant-based milks, a lot of times they may have pea protein in it already, like Ripple. So Ripple is a good alternative to milk. I don't like the non-fat milk taste, 2% milk taste, because I know it could kind of taste watered down. That still Ripple has that milk texture to it, and it's really high in
Mhm.
protein. So it's really great if you're just trying to bulk up or not lose muscle mass. I would say the thing with that is whenever you're buying plant-based products like alternative milks, just make sure that it says unsweetened, or let's say
Mhm.
it has 5 grams of sugar per 8 ounces, so it's per cup. Because the thing is, if you're switching out milk that's low fat for let's say, almond milk that has 12 grams of sugar per cup, it's kind of like, I mean,
Yeah.
like what's the difference? Yeah. And just as another fact out here is when you look at milk, milk naturally is high in sugar or can be high in sugar because of lactose. So that's just another thing, just to keep in mind. So whenever you're looking for milk, like, wow, that's really high in sugar, you probably won't find sugar-free milk.
Um, what do you think? Like, do you think that there are a lot of holistic ways and natural ways to like kind of maybe cure or prevent cancer?
So that one, just because of my scope, I won't be able to speak too detail about it. Um,
Mhm.
But I will say, Cancer Treatments of America, they do have some holistic approaches to it, meaning that they do look at herbs and such as that. I will say
Yeah.
when it comes to cancers and just looking at the scientific information, that it does so that having a balanced diet, meaning that you're eating, let's say it's 4 servings of fruits a day, 4 to 5 servings of fruits and vegetables a day. That does have proven protective benefits against cancer. So that's something important to have. And I would even say, even looking at your dark leafy greens, looking at your fruits with various colors, it's important to eat the rainbow. So not eating Skittles, but like eating the rainbow. Yeah, like not that, but
Yeah.
eating the rainbow in fruits and vegetables because you're going to get all those protective benefits. Like
Yeah.
some antioxidants would be like anxanthins that you find in your produce. When you look at like sweet potatoes, when you look at carrots, they have that red color that's beta carotene. So beta carotene has protective benefits for your eyes. When you look at stuff high in food high in vitamin C. So, if you're like you said you like kiwi. So
Yeah.
yeah, so kiwi's really good. So let's just say you made a fruit salad with kiwi and oranges. I would just putting two and two together, I would say if somebody, let's say, has skin cancer and they're healing, when somebody's healing from a wound, let's say maybe they're getting skin cancer treated and they're healing, I would say increasing your intake of vitamin C and zinc. Um, that is used that can heal your skin because your skin uses vitamin C to make collagen. So
Mm,
like the stuff that holds your skin together. So so
yeah.
protective benefits, for something like that, let's say maybe those foods high in that.
No, I've always heard that, if you're sick, it's good to have a lot of vitamin C, because that can like help with healing. So yeah.
Exactly. Yeah, the wise tells true. So definitely having more vitamin C helps with healing.
Hmm.
And what I can remember, I think it's 500 milligrams um at a time, meaning that let's just say you go into the store and you're getting emergency. Emergency normally is like a little vitamin C pad that you can take. So I would, if it says 1,000 milligrams, I would let's say take half of that packet, you know, and then have the other half later because your body can
Yeah.
only absorb so much of that vitamin, which is water soluble. So I will definitely suggest that. And then the other thing too, if you're anemic,
Mm.
something really good to know is that let's just say you're plant-based and you're anemic. Iron is more absorbable if you eat red meat, like beef. Well, a way to have that iron absorb better from your plants, or even from a plant-based or an iron supplement, is to drink it with orange juice.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Because of the
so
vitamin.
vitamin C and also the ascorbic acid, it provides more acidity for the iron to be absorbed.
Oh, wow. I mean, I take
Mhm.
iron, so that's very helpful to know.
Yeah, there you go. So you could try it and just drink a cup of it. And it just helps with the absorption. I will say, if you do have diabetes, maybe not the best option, but if not, then you're fine.